Welcome back to you for another most special and yummy update. Bitcoin, friends, has done a bit of skitsy action right now. We're waiting to see, are there going to be more war updates, Iran updates, as you know, just waiting to find out, friends, what's going to play out through this weekend. You know, like the daily super trend is here. It is not uncommon to flip red on the daily super trend, okay, before you continue up higher. Okay, so Bitcoin, no stranger to that. I mean, look at this. When we went back to go back a year ago, look how often Bitcoin would do this, by the way. It'd flip red on the super trend and then come back, flip green, and then flip red. This is daily, by the way. The daily time frame is smaller. That's why I like to focus on the weekly. But just to show you how much these things can actually flip, you know, there's these times where you just come out here. Look at this. Just like looked like it was totally over. This was Japan's Pokemon Island. You see that? Just like comes here, flips red, and actually just stops. Goes back up. Everyone thinks it's good, or just skitzing around, and it goes up and does actions like that. So that might be what we like have to deal with now. I can't believe it's been this long. Like, we're still garbage. It's still been such a long time. But yeah, it's outside of our control now. Waiting for Ethereum to pumpy G up. Still caught in this big, massive triangle out here for Ethereum. Yes, bring on Joyful Julie. Now, as you've seen before, friends, so we had Donald Trump calling Jerome Powell a major loser. And just something I mentioned to you back in Juicy News is there was this almost revelation where I thought, well, just be careful with this. That's what I'm saying. Just think about stuff like this, right? It is possible where, let's say, the US Fed, Jerome Powell is going to be ending his term right here. It is possible that we start talking about who his replacement is here. And then we have an alt season run into it. And then when the US Fed guy comes in, right? Remember, it's now May next year. And then actually his selling may go away and the bull market's over. Okay? So it would be one of those classical, everyone front-running demand stuff. And you might say, oh, that might be too easy to sell. No. What if the NASDAQ releases a crypto index? What if Coinbase App Store is peaking? What if there's billion-dollar raises? Because people don't put a billion-dollar raise unless public ICOs, unless they hope to get a return on top of that, right? So a lot of these things will come out here. Maybe Michael Saylor says, you know what? 13 million Bitcoin was too bearish. We're going to 45 million. Triple maxi. That was what he called out here. So it's all slaves to the pretty much the business cycle. AI is still going to be cranking away. I wonder what interesting things it's going to have in store for us, okay? This is still relevant, friends. I made this a short while ago. I think it's very important. The business cycle, which we've been speaking about a lot on this channel. I've been telling you all about the business cycle. I'm starting, friends, to see a lot of people starting to cry more, whinge more, especially within Pulse Chain community. We're actually starting to see a lot more like anti-Richard Hart talk out here, which means I really don't give a shit. Like when I hear stuff like that, everyone knows who I am. So you've come across the business cycle and the highest value content in crypto. So if you're still whinging like a little bitch, you're a little hoe bag and no one's taking you seriously. If you're wondering why you don't get any engagement or no one really cares what you have to say or you get ratioed all the time, it's because you are being graced by the highest value content in crypto. And what you're doing is you're metaphorically going outside, you're yelling at the cloud. Richard doesn't control the business cycle. Nobody controls the business cycle, okay? It's a phenomenon. Do you understand that? Not very important, friends. Very. I've got to stress this to you, to everybody. Okay, because I did the research myself, man. Highest value content in crypto here. Here's a Game Boy. Okay? I told you. Nobody controls the business cycle. No one knows how long it's going to bottom out for, how long it's going to last for on the top. No one knows this, but it does follow this pattern, okay? It has been following this pattern for literally since we've been tracking it. This is just the business cycle. It naturally humans, friends. This is what we're like. Okay? Yeah, there are these periods where we have these big deflationary busts. It's more smoothed out now. Why is that? Well, the government now steps in even harder now. Right? They step in with money printing and stuff as it goes down. They expand the money supply faster. Yeah, that's what they've been doing, right? And then when it goes up, right, they it's interesting. As they go up, friends, the money printing, it starts to slow down because you don't need it as much anymore because there's enough money and boosted income and wealth and activity up here. But see, look at these periods of time. So it looks like, okay, this is just easy. Yeah, bro, but this is literally 22 years. This is 20 years pretty much. You know what I mean? Like, oh, it's so easy. Yeah, Oh, just wait 20 years. It's not about that. But if you live it day to day, that's why I have the labels here. This one was bad for 6 months, 12, 10, 31. Big difference, man. Big difference. By the way, probably going to be on month 32 now. Right? So just to give you an idea, man. Richard Hart, Pulse Chain, community, you understand it. No one controls his business cycle. Nobody. They can try to kickstart it, but no one does. But that's why once it does kick up, altcoins are the infrastructure of Bitcoin. Look at this, friends. Friendly reminder, anybody who attended Bitcoin conference, you got to listen to this, okay? So just watch this, and people still think they're early to Bitcoin. This is just this wildest part, man.
I have actually been, how do you call this? Been sneaking up to the main stages at the end of every single conference since 2021.
So just check it out, friends. Look at these big. This is one of the girl speakers out here. You know, so you're starting to get like these. You know, like the weather ladies, friends. Have you ever seen that meme of like the South American weather ladies? It's always, you know, girl. She literally just walks straight out of the plastic surgery clinic. You know, the ones. Yeah, we're starting to get their ones. They're now presenting for Bitcoin. You know, which is great if you're Max Kaiser and you got 140,000 BTC or something, but not great if your clip size is about $3,200 and you're looking for something that's got higher growth. See, did you hear the echoes? Notice the echoes of her voice.
25, the biggest Bitcoin.
That's a big room. Everyone's there, right? So I just want to show you. Okay, this is what it's like when you're early. All right, this is what it's like when you're early, friends. This guy, bowl haircut. Okay, look at this. This is Andreas Antonopoulos. This guy that's always a guy with like the Jesus hair ponytail. Okay, and there's 3 dudes here. Do you see that? There's nothing there. That's being early. But, you know, Bitcoin is special statistically because it goes up when global M2 liquidity goes up. But the thing is, you're not, in this game, you're not meant to time things, not meant to, because you just keep losing. Okay, it's not all about timing. It's about holding value. Okay, like I say, friends, like imagine you have a loved one. Okay, you are walking out. Let's say you have a girlfriend and some person just jumps out of the bushes while you're ordering a sandwich and they go, that's the ugliest girl I've ever seen. You should leave her immediately. And they say, I would never even date such a girl. In fact, I would never take a selfie with that girl in the photo with me, and I'll never put it on the internet. That's how ugly she is. You would think this person's skits. And you're like, get out. You wouldn't take him seriously. Okay, but in markets, though, when someone comes in and says, your coin's down 99%, I wouldn't even buy it for 0. I wouldn't even buy it for 0. You'd ruin my crypto wallet. You'd curse me with it. You see what I mean? But, you know, we do get the markets. We're not built for markets. We aren't. We're built for tribes, friends. We're built for tribes. We're not built for markets. We're not built for capital resource allocation. Not all of us. You got to train for it. Check this out. This is funny. Coinfessions Rekt. I gave a lady of the night around 3 Bitcoin in the summer of 2013, and I still check on the address. She has begun depositing to Coinbase to presumably sell. I have no Bitcoin. Wow, man. What a story, by the way. You know this is real. You know this. You can't make that one up. Totally real. So he gave 3 Bitcoin to the lady of the night. She held the whole way. Diamond hands. Why do you think she had diamond hands, friends? Because he gave it to her. She's like, yeah, I'll just hold on to it. See what happens. There you go. Never thought about it again. Why did he not diamond hands? Probably could have been looking at too many news articles, too many people saying it's over, too many obituaries, too many people saying that it's totally not gay if you suck on the LA Vape Cabal feet and buy 100% tax tokens from Ansoy's Twitter. When you're like, dude, that's, you know, you're walking around, you got the rainbow flag all over you on that one. They're like, no, that's totally not rainbow flaggy at all. You see what I mean? That's probably how they lost it along the way. And just somebody who just sat back and just go, well, you know, it's really bad, but whatever, I'm just not going to look at it. That's how it wins. But here's the thing, if you're looking for the asymmetric upside, you got to look at it. You got to look at it, but you can't touch. In some other cracker news that we saw, Altcoin Daily made a tweet about Hex. What's going on with Hex nowadays? It's kind of funny because the Altcoin Daily, I think they just were like extremely targeted by Hexagons back in 2021. So that they've always had like this pure hatred for the community, just because you're dealing with a cult. So no one really understood what they're seeing. They just see a bunch of like angry people or people that don't understand. Now with my framework, the highest value content in crypto, and some actual Cranky G beats, now with that, it's much more clear what's going on. It's like early Bitcoin, early cult. People are passionate. You get it. It's like dealing with a sports team, a football team. You know what I mean? Everyone knows, oh, there's a crazy football team, and there's a team where they're just like losing every year, and there's a team that's winning. You get what I mean? Now we're starting to really slowly understand it with my framework, okay? People don't get it now, though. Once everybody gets it, it's too late now. You know, pretty much everyone's going to get it eventually in the future. Same thing as always, still working flawlessly, still paying yield nonstop. Still no hacks or downtime. I know a lot of people will be like, oh, but the price. But yeah, but it comes down to, once again, the business cycle. Also, thank you to Babel who made this. Thinking of quitting crypto? Check it out.
Bizarre objects in the universe.
How about no? Austin Powers, one of the greatest. I love that movie, man. Man, when I was a kid, I love that movie. I don't know why. That movie is just so funny to me. It's just so out there, so unique. Look what was trending on Twitter, man. Just check this out. Trending, Alex Jones, Richard Hart, The R Child, Mossad. Ah, man. And I'm reading here everything except a bull market pump. That's pretty much what's been going on. So ultimately, at the end of the day, you now get to navigate uncertainty. Yeah, man. I don't know what to tell you. Like, just, you know, is it ever going to get better? We'll see. Like, subscribe, belly button, all. Catch you soon.